You're welcome to Before the Chart, guys. In this video, I'm going to strategically be breaking down the chart using my level and demand strategy. So, guys, let's see what the market have for us. So, right before here, what we have is Euro JPY. Euro JPY. I took a buy here. So last week, is it last week or the week before last? So I have another position here, which is on a Euro Euro NZD, and main reason for this video is AUD and NZD. On AUD and NZD, if you watch the previous video that I posted, I think around around this particular level here, around the daily time frame, to understand the breakdown, you need to check the previous video. I was using FIP. So if you use FIP from here to here, you see that this particular level here, this particular level is the FIP retracement, which is a discount zone. So I'm waiting for the market to currently pull back here before I start looking for a buy. As simple as that, just from this region to the upside. So I will definitely be waiting for something like this. Maybe the market to transition here, to give us a transition here, to use as a confirmation for entering. So that is that. So that is that about the video. But the one I want to really talk about is BTC trade. I think I already took the trade, but let me look into it and my rationale behind me taking this trade. So I think the market is already in little profit. I took the trade as of last night when market opened, and this is the reason why I took the trade. So if you come to the 3 months time frame, already we all understand that this market is on the 3 months time frame is trying to give us a push to the upside. This was an exhaustion leg. So this exhaustion meeting with this particular level, that is causing the reaction. That is why it's causing the reaction right here. So and we have this particular green candle that is trying to form. So there is nothing much there. The monthly time frame here, we saw that on the monthly time frame we had something like a level here on the monthly time frame. So the truth is, we need to understand the pattern and the behavior of each particular time frame. So here on the monthly time frame, we have a high, we have a low, high, low, high. So this market pulling back, this was supposed to be a very significant level for the market to continue to the upside, but the market break it. So once the market broke it, and this becomes a level to consider. So the market gets to this 3 months time frame here, the 3 months level here, and it's reacting. Now the market is trying to buy. So despite the fact that we have this morning star from here, and next thing for us to consider is this particular monthly level here. On the monthly time frame, the market is reacting from here, but here is what we are having on the weekly time frame. We have a high, we have a low, we have a high, we have this, which seems to be a double bottom acting as a reversal pattern on this weekly time frame. So now monthly, the 3 months time frame is saying we have a buy, but the monthly time frame is saying we have somewhere to like react to. So as a result of the monthly time frame, this have to react from here, either to come to the downside before continue, or the market will just continue to the downside then before giving us a way to the line, because of what? Because of this monthly level that is acting here. But here on the weekly time frame, what we are saying is that the market was in a downtrend. But right here the market has given us a transition from this level. So this transition has went ahead to break above the neckline of the double bottom. So now once we see this kind of pattern, the next thing is for us to wait for the market to retrace back to the neckline. Then we now look for entering to buy to the upside. So that is what is informing this particular trade, as I am trying to like enter for a buy. But I cannot take my entry right here on the weekly time frame. I need to bring the market down to the daily time frame. Then here on the daily time frame, first thing first, what we need to understand is how the market is transitioning, how the market is trying to pull back and retracement and all those things. So we now see that the market retraced. There was a retracement here. The market give us this double top here, then break, retest, and ever since then we've been having higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. But there is something we need to consider right here. There is something we need to consider right here. Once the market came here, the market got to this particular monthly level. We saw something like a double top, which acts as what? Which acts as a reversal pattern. Then the market broke it, retested. I saw this, but I was unable to like get a better entry. Then the market drop. I was expecting a sharp retest before a sharp pullback to the descent. And ideally, this is the neckline. This place here is the neckline. So we are not to be expecting the market to like go further. Just to wait and look if we can see a transition from here to the upside. So now, yes, quite all right, this is where the market reversed from. But here is this particular level, this particular level is the last low of the daily time frame. So this is where this move begins from. So it will be wise for us to consider this level to see how the market is going to. Yes, quite all right, the market broke, changed character here, but until the market takes out this to the downside, then the trend has not yet changed completely. So what I now realize the market did is, once the market gets here, the market just broke this particular level with a wick on the daily time frame and still closed back into the range. You see the thing now. The market came here, tap into this weekly zone and still closed back into the bullish range. So ideally, this market is still bullish. Ideally, we are still maintaining a bullish structure. So because of that, I need to go to the final time frame, which is the 4-hour time frame, to see what the market is currently doing here in order for me to see how I can take. So now coming to the 4-hour time frame, I can see my 4-hour levels here. So now the 4-hour levels, the market break into the 4-hour levels with a daily curving candle. So now I now know, okay, now since the market has been able to break above this daily level, we're just waiting for a retest to this level, then a confirmation, either Morningstar bullish or Morningstar and curving or what have you not, then for me to like take the trade. Then I saw this first candle, then this second candle, and this was where I entered the trade. And not only that, I don't normally come to the 1-hour time frame because is I think here is very noisy. So once I came to the 1-hour time frame, I saw that the market has been able to like give us a transition here. There was a high here. This low is higher than this low, is lower than this low. Then this one also is lower than this one. But the market did what? The market went ahead and break above. The market went ahead to break above with this and 1-hour. This 1-hour and curving candle. So this prevents like our entry as a kind of retest. So that is my full and complete analysis and the reason why I'm looking forward to buy BTC USD, and I have already placed the trade as of last night. Let's see what the market have for us. And my reason why my stop loss is here, if you come to the 1-hour time frame, you see that this is where when the market want to like transition, the market did this, and this was the last pullback here before we have this move to the upside. So ideally, I believe my stop loss needs to be there. Anything below that, I think is not to be put to consideration. So that's about BTC USD. I think currently I don't really have another pair that I'm currently looking at. I don't have any other pair that I'm looking at USD. So here on GBP NZD, if you come to the 3 months time frame, let's look at it on the 3 months time frame. This is what we have. We know that we have 3 levels: upper, middle and lower level, but the market was able to break above here. So this is where we are going to like consider. We are also expecting a pullback and so on, but let's look at the monthly. So here on the monthly time frame, this is what the market is currently doing. We saw that the market was giving us series of high, low, higher, high. We have this, but we can't really take decision right here. Let's go to the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame is a very important time frame because here is where you are going to be seeing everything accurately on this thing. So now let's start from here. On the weekly time frame, this was our last high and this is our last low. Then the market went ahead to break this high right here. Are you with me? Just stick with me. So now, since we know that this market here is the last, here is the break of structure, so the whole of this is just a corrective move. The whole of this is just a corrective move, like before the break of structure, before this one. So I pick this to be one range. The whole of this is one range to me. You understand? So now, once the market breaks structure, the next this thing that I count is this particular pullback, is this one here. I count this one. Go. Then now the market pullback, break here. So here I have a double top, a bit triple top, which is a reversal pattern also. That is to me. And the market has when I head to break this low, very sharp, very sharp, very sharp, to break this low to the downside. So since the market has broken this low to the downside, I already know that this is a neckline and the market will need to like retest it. Then also this particular level, the market will test this level because this is the beginning. This is a supply zone. See, yes, this is a demand zone. See how the market push away from this particular level, just push very sharp. So now I can now go to the daily time frame because I know that okay, ideally the market is going to like start selling. This market is like selling. So irrespective of what we have here, we have a transition here, we have a transition here, then to the upside. But within me, I know that because of the impact of the double top on the monthly time frame, this market is not just going to blow to the upside. There is going to be a reaction. There is going to be a reaction. So now what am I seeing here? I'm seeing a very sharp rejection from here. So that is why I call it a supply zone. You know, a supply zone sometimes is very supply zone is more active and accurate than support and resistance. So supply zone and support and resistance is a two different things. So what I do on my own is to combine the both of them. But believe me, anytime you see a supply zone inside of a level, you are level, just know that that particular level is very strong. So there are other things that I use to know whether the market will just break and retest or the market will go to the supply zone. So that one will be another video. If you want, just comment on the comment section. So now here is it. Because of how the market move away from this level, you can see very straight move. So we know that there is a lot of supply right here, which acts as a reversal the market used to do. So once the market gets back here, it's going to like react. So that was why I placed this my supply zone here. But funny enough, when the market gets here, I think it's been long ago, I didn't really pay attention to it. So now what I now saw is that though I had a buy somewhere here, but it didn't later work out. So now if we check based on push and exhaustion, we have a break of structure here. We have a break of structure right here, and based on push and exhaustion, we have push, we have exhaustion. Wait first. We have a push, we have exhaustion. You understand? Then we have another push. So this leg here is going to be an exhaustion here. So now, because as this market is pushing away, we have another break of structure right here. we have another break of structure right here. So that is the reason why I am having this sell bias right here. So my goal is for this market to just push into the supply zone, then I'll look for confirmation in order to set the market back to the downside, because already the structure that we are having here is a sell structure. The market has not yet transitioned to a buy this in. If at all I am to look for a buy on this, the market needs to break this supply zone, entirely, and break this trend line. Then we can now look for a retest to continue to the upside. That is the only way that I will be looking for a buy. You can see my trend line here. I use trend line, I use level, and I use trend line, I use level, and I use supply zone. So I'm just putting these things together. And someone asked me how I am using this particular this thing. So this is an exponential moving average. Not that I'm not using it like that, but I'm just using it to know when the market is changing, is a kind of trying to like switch. So this to me still acts as a trend line. This to me still acts as a trend line. You can see that I have a trend line right here. I have a trend line right here to the downside. But using the moving average shows me that this market has already changed. Here is still sloping to the downside, so it's a sort of double confirmation to me. So that is that. So I'm just waiting for this market to pull into here. But the problem that I'm having here is that this supply zone seems not to be that sharp as expected. So I will be looking for confirmation, because ideally, if I bring my Fibonacci from swing high to swing low, I see that this particular zone is where I have my supply zone. So I'm waiting for the market to come here, but is the way the market is retesting before it move away. So ideally I would have had my this in here, but the way the market is reacting here, I still believe the market will push into this particular level, which I am currently waiting to see. So now it's very simple. Because of here, I have this particular level to be sharp, but there is a whole lot of cluster here. So I believe this is a supply zone. Irrespective of what, there is a supply zone right here, because the market break, retest here. So now that I have this, okay, the market break and retest, so the whole of this has been retest here. This one has been retest. So the only one that is currently active, I guess, is this very one here, but I'm not going to expand it. I'll just wait for the market to come here and give me a transition. Once the market comes into the supply zone, then I'm seeing something like a transition, which I use the lower time frame to do it. See it, maybe something like this transition. Then I'll wait for maybe an entry in there. This particular place will be my entry into like take the market to the downside. So that is my full and complete analysis on GBP NZD. I'm not looking at any other thing. It's very short, straight and forward kind of a thing. So that is that. That much being said, peace out, and don't forget that God trains men. My name is Wiz Jackson. Please subscribe.